Hello everyone, and welcome back to your Yin Yoga practice. My name is Mia, and today we're going to be starting a 5-part series of this Yin practice following the Yamas, and then we'll move on to the Niyamas. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'd really suggest you getting this book by Deborah Adele, as we're going to dive into a bit of yoga philosophy and what yoga really means outside of the physical postures. So we can think of the Yamas as a little set of rules, maybe little gems or pockets of information that we live by in order to live a life worth of peace and purpose. So today we're covering the first Yama, which is Ahimsa. So this Yin Yoga practice is going to be all about kindness is the key. So when you're ready, you might want to grab a few props. They're not necessary, but I always like to have a block and a bolster. And if you don't have a bolster, don't worry, neither do I, but I have one of these pillows from my sofa. So I'm going to be using that for a lovely little heart opener a little bit later. And again, a blanket for any sore knees. So when you're ready, guys, we're going to start lying on our backs. So come to a beautiful lying position. I'd like you to come to broken bridge, where we take the feet as wide as our yoga mat today and let the knees fall in together. Now resting the back of the head on the ground, I'd like you to place your palms either side of your ribs, so the middle fingers almost touch in the center of your torso. And let the shoulders and elbows splay out wide as you close down your eyes and feel gravity settling you into your practice again. Feeling the weight of the body. With the hands placed on the ribs, you'll feel the subtle rise and fall of the breath again. So having our hands placed here, the space of the ribs, the chest and the heart is the home to compassion. Our ability to be kind to ourselves, but also all living things and beings. And in order to expand this area a little more, we're going to come into a specific breathing exercise, guys, where we breathe in a 2-part inhale and we breathe out a smooth exhale. So when you're ready, just breathing with me now, take a clearing breath in and a freeing breath out. When we're ready, we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, pause. Breathe in further, 4, 5, 6, pause. Smooth breath out. And again, we breathe in 1, 2, 3, pause. Even deeper, 4, 5, 6, pause. Let it go. 2 more like that. Breathing in, 2, 3, pause. In a bit further, 4, 5, 6, pause. Let it go. Final time, inhale, 2, 3, pause. Really fill the lungs, 4, 5, 6, pause. Let it go. Open up your arms to a cactus when you're ready. Take a breath in and open the chest. And then part the knees and swing the knees over to the right, looking over to the left elbow as you breathe out, little kind twist. Inhale yourself back to center, breathe in, the gaze lifts. Roll the knees to the left, the head to the right. One more time each side, breathing in. Twisting to the right. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathing in, come back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest, interlace the fingers behind the shins, and just give yourself a little squeeze, maybe rock and roll side to side. Take the knees as wide as your yoga mat, grab outsides of the feet, just a little happy baby to begin as we open the hips. Now just play around with it, guys, really drawing the hands down, letting the belly relax down. And maybe just slow and controlled, just see what happens when you roll over to the right today. Just a little shift over to the right. And then controlled shifting over to the left. Little happy baby to begin. Good. And then we'll come back to center slowly. Grabbing the backs of the knees, it's a little rock and roll forward and back. We're going to slowly make our way to all fours. So if you can, roll over the shins or take the feet to one side. We meet in all 4-point kneeling position. Good. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers wide. I've got sun cream in my eye. We're going to dig deep. We're down with the belly. Take a breath in and roll the shoulders back as you peel your heart through the gate to the shoulders in breath. Exhale, rounding the spine. Chin comes to the chest and we pause with the heart shining to the sky. 2 more. Breathing in. Slow and nourishing move. Exhale to round and let it go. Good. Final time. Slow and kind. Beautiful. Coming back to center, looking through your thumbs. Walk your hands forward for your first yin pose. It's Anahatasana. Heart melting pose where you dive your chest down, you slide your hands forward, and we place our favorite cheek or our forehead on the ground. Hips are staying high, so guys, this isn't a child's pose. We slide the heart forward so the hips are lifted. Please no chins on the ground. This is too tight for your shoulders. You walk your hands a little wider. And we're going to rest here now for about 1.5 to 2 minutes in silence. So here we begin by melting the heart center down. The center of Ahimsa, the art of non-violence. And of course, we cannot truly offer this to others until we first learn it for ourselves. And Ahimsa isn't about pampering yourself with gifts or praise. It's about going easy on yourself, softening, being gentle with your body and also your thoughts. So can you really bring this sense of softening into every pose we do today? If you've got one cheek on the ground, you flip it over. We're going to take 5 more breaths. And just imagining we've got a heavy rock strapped to our heart. Can you let that heart rest a little lower? Lovely work, guys. Slowly coming up and out, pressing into your elbows. And today, walking your hands back towards your knees. If you've got tender knees, you can come to bring a blanket under them. But today, guys, I'd like us to send the heels over to the left. So we're just sitting in like a little mermaid pose. You might want a pillow over to the left side of you. But we're going to take the left hand down onto the earth. And then the right arm is going to either press onto the right inner thigh for a softer variation as we lean over to the left. Or if some of you want a bit more of a challenge, we lift the right arm up and over for a side bend. Now let your chin hang down to the left in whatever variation you've chosen. And begin to feel a little softer with yourself. So as we enter this beautiful journey together through these next 5 weeks, we begin with the first rule or law of how to live, called Ahimsa. And this in itself, the fact that kindness is the first rule, shows how important it is. Take your final breath here, guys. Just soften rather than restrain. Beautiful, guys. Slowly coming up and out of that one. Take your hands behind you and zip your heels forward and over to the right. Again, if you need any props, you take the right hand down to the right. And either you can just rest that left hand on the thigh and just a little side bend here. Or you can take an option a little bit further and side bend with the arm overhead. But always we dip the chin down to look at the right elbow. And you take the tongue away from the roof of the mouth and you allow yourself to soften again. So we're now on the right side, and feel how nice it is to bring ourselves into balance. And bringing ourselves into balance is a major part of kindness to ourselves and others. Because when we push ourselves, spread ourselves too thinly, we become imbalanced, and therefore we then become short-tempered and have a higher tendency to cause violence, 2 others. When we live too much in yang mode, we bombard ourselves with tasks and plans, and the whole system becomes unbalanced. And that's why this is so important to practice yin, to bring ourselves into a softer state of being, so we can be a softer version of ourselves for others. Take your final breath. Well done, guys. Slowly pressing into that bottom hand to rise up. Take your hands behind you now and send the feet forward in a wide V shape. This is where some of you might want some props. I'm going to take my lovely sofa pillow and bring it forward, maybe even a block, to make a little bridge. Totally optional. When you're ready, you'll just dig the heels in. Take the sit bones a little bit back, and this one's going to feel really nice after that bending. We're going to take an inhale to lift the arms high. The feet are flexed, the knees are soft. And as you exhale, you fall over to any support that feels nice for you. Bolster, the block, or maybe just nothing at all and just bowing your head. Closing your eyes, settling in for quite a long hold now as we bow down. Take your last one there, guys. Take a nice, slow inhale. And then fall a little deeper on your exhale. Beautiful. Slowly rising up when you are ready. Lifting the spine. Taking away your props, and we're going to meet on our belly now. So guiding the knees up, swiveling the feet round, and you might want to bring your blanket for something a little bit later to the right side of your mat. And then when you're ready, just lowering yourself down onto your belly and bringing the forearms to the ground. So spreading the fingers wide, palms facing down. You're in Sphinx pose. Any tension in the lower back, you take your feet a little wider I want you to really feel the hands grounding down and pulling the mat almost towards your ribs, so it's like a nice bind of the hands. And then we drop the chin down, closing the eyes. It's like the mind is finally taking time to bow to the wisdom of the heart. Setting yourself up for stillness again. Cultivating that sense of kindness and softness for yourself. So in this Sphinx pose, can you imagine that you can soften the heart, the human center for compassion? And compassion is simply the heart recognizing itself in another. We've lost the sense to be truly compassionate in a fast, vicious, demanding world. But true compassion is to see another human and all their pain, all their struggles, and then to see it as your own, as a reflection of our humanity. And therefore, that recognition tells us that to harm another is also to harm ourselves. Take a final breath deep into your heart. Feel that compassion grow. Lovely, guys. Slowly placing the hands together and letting the elbows fall out wide, and bring your left cheek to the earth for crocodile pose. And just take a moment to rest there, feeling the earth underneath you. If you want to stay there, you stay there. Otherwise, I invite you for an option to slide the right knee towards the right elbow for sleeping frog. Now, if you're on carpet, this is going to be fine. Otherwise, you take a blanket underneath your right knee to help you. And we rest there in sleeping frog. And for those of you who want a deeper kind of practice, stretch-wise this morning, you can keep your right elbow on the ground, left cheek is on the floor. And some of you might want to bend up that left knee. And we can kind of come to a quad stretch with the left heel drawing into our buttocks. But again, please choose the kind option for yourself. Not following that loud voice which says you need to push more, you need to feel this more. Because underneath that loud voice is the quiet wisdom of the body, which is asking you for less. Take your last 3 breaths, slow and deep. Beautiful work, guys. Releasing the bind. If you grab the heel, replace your left hand and draw the right knee back. We set up for the other side, so rest your right cheek on the floor. You might need the blanket. I definitely do today as I'm on the roof. I'm going to slide that left knee forward if you want for sleeping frog. And this is a lovely place to stay if you've had a tough day or a tough week, maybe a tough life. Otherwise, if your body allows, without pain, we can take the right heel to our butt cheek and find that quad stretch. Make sure there's no tension in the jaw or the shoulders. We're going to take 3 more breaths. Can you fall a little deeper with your body weight into the earth? Lovely work, guys. Release the bind in the leg if that's where you went. Slide the left knee back when you're ready. And place the forehead on the ground. We're pressing ourselves back up to all fours. Press firm into your hands and lift up. And take your feet round for a seated position. A few more postures before we come to lie down. So you won't need any props for this one. Whip your feet round for straight legs. Scooch the sit bones back. And today we're going to draw the right knee in towards your chest. Sitting up nice and tall. And then what I'd like you to do is cross the right foot tightly over the left thigh and walk it as far as you can to the left side of your mat. So ideally one day the knees might stack. One day, maybe not today. Half shoelace, setting ourselves up with the fingertips on the floor, nice lift of the spine. Taking the arms to the sky. On your next breath in, we'll lengthen the spine up. And slowly on your exhale, you fold forward. Chin to chest. Doesn't matter if the spine rounds a little bit here. We've got 2 minutes together. Can I remind you that anyone can raise their voice? Anyone can be loud or overpowering or defensive. But it takes a deeply emotionally intelligent and anchored soul to remain gentle in a harsh world. soften a little deeper. Feel what happens when you try a little less and push yourself a little less. Does something shift? Well done, guys. Slowly lifting up your spine. Inhale. Unravel the legs and prepare for the other side. Do we like this one? I'm not sure. Drawing the left knee in, crossing the left foot over, and again walking the left foot out to the side for half shoelace. Again, fingers onto the floor, lift of the spine. And we always lift up the arms to feel a little growth and space in the body. We're folding forward, thinking belly button to thigh. As you bow down, you can grab a support, chin's coming to the chest. And just surrender now. And as you close your eyes here, I'll try and distract you with a little story that will take a minute or so. There once was a woman who said yes to everything. Yes to extra work, to plans, helping everyone, one more workout, goal or commitment. And from the outside, it looked very impressive. People admired how much she could handle at once. But quietly, beneath the surface, something else was happening to her. Her sleep became broken, her patience became thin, her joy became very little. She was winning at being productive, but slowly she was losing herself. She started to become short-tempered, snappy, rushing through conversations instead of really listening. She started resenting the very things that she once loved. Because when you spread yourself thin, you don't expand, you simply dilute yourself. So one day she began saying no, doing less. And with fewer commitments but more presence, she started to feel whole again. Take your final breath and do with that story what you will. Lovely, guys. Coming back up. Releasing the legs forward if you need to tap the knees out. Take a moment. Big hip stuff done there. Coming to a beautiful treat now. Scooching yourself forward. Making yourself a nice little ramp if you've got your props. I'm going to take a bolster or a pillow today. Maybe if you want a bit more of a heart opener, you take a block across the back of your chest. We're going to take the feet in, soles together, butterfly pose, and then lean yourself back over something. Maybe it's even a sofa or a chair, and opening your heart and arms out wide. Relax the jaw. And now let the breath flow effortlessly in and out, of your expanded chest. So as you lie here, open and soft, with every breath in now, can you imagine a golden, glowing light building deep within your heart? As we breathe, this light expands to the edges of the heart. And we begin to come to terms that this same heart is the same heart that is within everything and everyone else on this earth. Even people we haven't met, or people we even don't really like. For your final moments here, I'd like you to imagine someone. Let them naturally come to mind. When I ask you to think of someone who you know is suffering, someone who you know is feeling lonely, fearful, scared, or just weak. With your final breath now, can we breathe in and cultivate that glowing light of compassion? And on your breath out, you send it to that person who you know needs a bit of love. You're more than welcome to stay here for your Savasana. If you feel more comfortable rolling off the bolster or the raised support, keeping your eyes closed, you remove any props and extend your legs long. Grab any pillows or blankets you need and open the palms to the sky. Resting your shoulders away from your ears, let the eyes soften deep into the face. And just know that this is the ultimate time of Ahimsa, to be kind to ourselves. As we allow the body and the mind to rest. Not doing, simply being. Leave you here to rest for as long as you need. We Because the longer you rest, the kinder you're being to yourself and also others around you, by cultivating a sense of softness into your life. With my deepest gratitude, namaste.